Hello and welcome to another episode of Her Helping Habit on Air. We are a Canadian fertility agency specializing in known egg donation, embryo donation, and surrogacy, helping intended parents, surrogates, and donors navigate their journeys through education, support, and advocacy. Through open conversations and shared experiences, we aim to empower everyone involved in the family building process. Her Helping Habit on Air does not provide medical advice. These are simply lived experiences shared to help make the often uncharted world of infertility feel a little less scary.
So I'm Sam Bergdahl, and I was the financial coordinator at HHH. It built out the role and then transitioned somebody else into it.
So I understand that whilst you were working there, you also worked as a companion with a donor on an egg retrieval.
Yeah.
So can you tell us kind of what the role and duties are of a companion?
Yeah, so the role and duties of a companion are to assist them with some of the medical jargon that comes through, especially my companion, English wasn't her first language, so being able to be there to support her through conversations with the nurses and the doctors, with the medications, making sure the amounts are right, and just kind of translating to her how the process goes. She had great English, so it's not like it was a huge barrier, but some of the terms and the amounts were confusing. So just being able to be there as emotional support, as medical guidance to a certain degree, and helping with things like the injections, because especially as a first-time donor, she was really quite afraid of the needles. So we transitioned from me doing the injections for her to like guiding her to be able to do them herself until she was fully confident and ready to do them herself. But the last few injections are a bit larger and a little bit more, so emotional support and like, okay, she was kind of like, you do this one, and I was like, okay, fine, yeah, I got you. And you know, getting her ice, making sure that she's taking her medication in the morning and at night and on time, and just really making sure that the process flows smoothly.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting. I'd never thought, I guess, how much it kind of goes into it and what you're really doing as a companion.
And so do you meet with the person first, or do you have talks with them before you do that? Or?
Well, I would say in most scenarios, very likely. A lot of donors will bring companions that they know personally. In this scenario, we went to the United States, and because of her visa being from India, the visa process, or her passport was from India, so the visa process was quite long for one person. So having a Canadian passport, it was much easier for me to go with her. And being that I had donated once before and I was part of the business, I knew a lot, so it was a good match. So we didn't actually meet until we were at the New York airport. Yeah.
I can imagine that's quite an interesting situation.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad we really got along. I was a little bit like, I don't know, like, you know, maybe we'll talk a lot or maybe we won't, I don't know, but we ended up becoming friends.
Oh, well, that sounds really lovely. Okay, so can you maybe tell us a little bit about the process? Like, what was your experience? What did you get up to? Stuff like that?
It was awesome. I mean, again, I think for me, it was a really last minute thing. Most of the time, the companion's very well prepared in advance. But being that I was part of the company and Katie's friend and the visa thing kind of all happened last minute, I was at volleyball with Katie on Tuesday and getting on a plane on Friday morning or Thursday morning. So it was really exciting though, because I'd never been to Connecticut and it was really close to New York, and there was just a lot of opportunity for us to be able to spend some time doing fun things. It was May of 2022, and so we had good weather, and we spent our time in Stamford, Connecticut, which is a really beautiful place, and we had an Airbnb, so we had our 2 separate rooms and a kitchen where we could make food together, and we spent a lot of time like walking around and visiting the beach and some green spaces. We went to the mall at one point. Just kind of hung out. Sometimes we just stayed in bed and watched movies together. Other times we went out and explored. And obviously every 2 days for the first bit you're going to the doctors, and so we were within walking distance of the doctors, and we'd go for the morning and then we'd come back and we had free time, and we spent 2 days in New York. Luckily, it was a 45-minute train, so as long as we have the medications all good, we cleared it with the doctors, made sure that some medications you have to keep cold. This one in particular, once you start using it, it's good for 30 days. So we kept it in like a cool water bottle just to make sure it was good. But that way, no matter where we were able to do her shot on time. So just putting all the pieces together to be responsible, since we were going further away from the Airbnb. But we were able to go to New York, and we went to Luna Park at Coney Island, and we walked around Central Park and Manhattan, and then we went the second day and actually visited a friend of mine, and she did a whole walking tour for us of like Soho and other neighborhoods I don't remember the name of, and New York pizza, and just got to see Grand Central Station. And so it was a really fun little trip for us to, it's almost like a vacation. Like I had a bit of computer work to do here and there, but otherwise both of us were free time, and so we were there for 2 weeks, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, that's cool. Actually, does sound really nice.
Yeah, it was sweet.
And what about the actual egg donation, kind of the retrieval day? So, like, what's that like for you as the person accompanying?
Yeah, pretty simple. I mean, you need to make sure, of course, like no food or water beforehand, making sure that the trigger shots, like they're 12 hours apart at very specific times. I've heard of some that are like, 4 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. Luckily, ours is like 9 in the morning and 9 at night. But making sure, okay, like on the dot, we've got everything ready. We're doing it exactly at that time. You've got your medication ready. We're sorted. Your comfy clothes good to go. And then her retrieval was at 8 in the morning, I believe. So we just woke up, walked over to the clinic. Everything was all good. She was obviously very bloated at that point, like ready. And then it was still kind of masks COVID time. So I wasn't allowed to go in with her. I went to like a certain extent where we talked with the nurses, and then it was like, okay, time to separate. So I walked over to a bagel shop and got her food and myself food for afterwards. And by the time I got back, she was just in the room. They'd given her some snacks and some juice, and she was great. She was like, oh, that was awesome. I could do that again. It was super easy and simple, and they took really good care of her. So really, it's just about being support. We Ubered back, 5 minutes just to kind of like stop her from having to walk, and then just relaxed for the rest of the day. And just kind of like, do you need anything? Are you feeling okay? She was really quite good. Like there wasn't really any cramping or anything for her, so it was a really easy process. Other people, like I remember the one donation I did, I was a bit like loopy and like didn't feel too great for a little bit, so just lay in bed. But with the donor I went with, it was really smooth. So we just chilled and ate some macaroni because that's what we were craving, and watched movies, and that was pretty much it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's not so stressful.
Yeah, no, it went really smooth.
Wicked. Okay, cool. The last question then would be, what was your favourite part of being a companion?
Well, the kind of last minute trip to somewhere very new and actually getting to see New York, I think was really cool. It was kind of one of those things, being from small town Alberta, I was like, I've only seen this in movies, and suddenly I'm like in Central Park and Grand Central Station, and just kind of, for my unique situation, making a new friend, and the fact that we really got along and we were able to do things together was really nice. For other companions, I would say they likely know the donor that they're going with, and so just getting some time to explore new places and hang out and spend time together is a really great part of being a companion.
Awesome. Well, that's great. I don't think I could even go more in depth than that. It sounds like a lovely little trip.
Yeah, it's really nice.
To help someone. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for talking to us today, and it's been really illuminating, and I now know what a companion does.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me.
Hey guys, it's Sam here, just with a little PSA. I was listening over the podcast, and there was something that came up for me that I wanted to make sure I share as a disclaimer at the end of this. I know that I said that the donor I was a companion for and I went to Luna Park at Coney Island, which for those of you that know it, and for those of you that don't, it's an amusement park with roller coasters. This is something fun to do, but I want to make sure that everyone knows what they should or should not do during their cycles, and this will make sense in a second. The one donation that I did do was in Montreal, and I learned that they had a roller coaster park called La Ronde that I really wanted to go to. And I decided before I went, because I almost bought a ticket, that I should have a conversation with the nurse. And she stated that had this been, maybe the first day, 3 days of my cycle, it probably could have been okay. But because it was after day 3, my ovaries had already grown to be too large, and something like a roller coaster could make them actually like flip upside down or invert. So very painful, very much puts the donation at risk, if not completely affect it, and not something you want to experience. So I just want to make sure, if you're in a place that has like an amusement park, for example, or something where you're not sure if you should do it, just talk to your doctor, have a conversation with your doctor and your case manager, and make sure that it's something that's not going to affect the donation, because you would much rather have a great donation than a fun time at a park for 2 hours. So, and as another part, it affects your own health. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you're always going into the retrieval process with the donation in mind, and even leading up to it, and that you're taking the right steps so that your health is the best it can be, and so is the donation process, because there's going to be some really happy people on the other end of it. So, little PSA from me. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and thanks for listening and supporting Her Helping Habit, because they are making differences around the world.
If you'd like to connect with us or have questions about known egg donation, embryo donation, surrogacy, becoming a parent, or exploring whether becoming a surrogate or donor is right for you, you can find us online at Her Helping Habit, or email us at info@herhelpinghabit.com. We're passionate about educating and supporting all parties throughout the journey, and you can also book a free consultation with one of our coordinators directly through our website. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon on the next episode of Her Helping Habit on Air. Thank you.